And he responded saying, because you all like to fight.
We have said enough is enough, and we're not going to take it.
Treat your customers with dignity and respect.
For the 9 women who are suing, I ain't got no problem with that.
Story is true and they were asked to leave because they look like they like to fight, then I'm out here holding training because I've been told I look like I like to fight. I think I do. So yeah.
Somebody break it up.
This is sad, y'all.
My sister Circles and I were out celebrating our Friendsgiving. We arrived at the restaurant. Shortly after arriving, we only had time to give drink orders. We didn't even get our drinks. And a physical altercation happened between 2 African-American women. We did not know them. We were not affiliated with them. They were at another table. They began to fight. The situation was diffused by management and other staff members. The management came over to our table and told us that they would not be servicing us tonight. We had to leave. I questioned, are you shutting the entire restaurant down for tonight? No, we're just not servicing you all because y'all like to fight. We became shocked, confused, and he did that in front of the entire restaurant, in front of all the other patrons. No one else was asked to leave but us.
Here's why I'm out here. There's a comment underneath this story where somebody said that this is their new favorite restaurant. That's why I'm out here. I can't, come on, man. Come on. So if the story is true and they were asked to leave because they look like they like to fight, then I'm out here holding training because I've been told I look like I like to fight. I think I do. So yeah, awareness. That's why I'm here. Awareness. Maybe other people other than innocent black women just trying to enjoy themselves, maybe they look like they like to fight too. Normally I'm not a big fan of protestors or protesting, but some things just need to be said and they haven't said anything.
Hello guys, and welcome back to today's episode, and thank you so much for tuning in. And today we are looking at another very sad episode that 2 black women actually fought in a particular restaurant, and this actually forced the rest of the black women out of that restaurant. And this is actually, according to me, a textbook definition of racial profiling. Tell me, and I was just telling myself, if 2 black Congress women fight in a Congress, would they now tell all the Congress women to leave the chamber? This is actually racial profiling that we have been talking about, because the women have actually expressed that they were sitting in different tables, and in that hotel, of course, they had proper information, knowing that we are having like 11 tables or 9 tables. So they knew that each and every group came separately. So it was not a mistake that that they thought that the whole group of black women came together. They had the information how the tables were booked. So it's not actually a mistake. And when the rest of the black women who are not involved, some of them actually asked, are you closing the hotel? And they said no, they are not serving the black women because they all like fighting. And I feel that this is a narrative that we have been saying. I know that it is passed by time, but this just proves that the white supremacy narrative that, you know, black women are violent have gone deeper. It's not about just a narrative. It have become actually a culture of hating black women. But I feel that it is super important that the women who are not actually involved, they were in separate table. They have taken action to actually sue the hotel. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. But also, let's get some reaction. And then I come back with more commentary.
Somehow involved and told them to leave too.
So I asked why. And he responded saying, because you all like to fight. And they made us leave and get up in front of all the other patrons in the restaurant.
We were really in like a negative spotlight at that moment, and it was all eyes on us. It was very embarrassing.
The 9 ladies are now pursuing legal action. Their lawyer sat down with us.
Just because you have employees that might have made a bad judgment one night, that could turn into 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights. It has to stop.
The women say the restaurant staff has not reached out to provide an apology or update.
All 9 of these ladies were treated more harshly than the 2 people who were actually engaged in the misdemeanor action.
Their lawyer says they want accountability and justice.
We can say this is discrimination. We can say this violates the Equal Protection Clause. They have said enough is enough, and we're not going to take it.
For the 9 women who are suing, I ain't got no problem with that. Litigate, litigate, litigate. Yeah, man. Hit them in the pockets. The only thing America understands, blood and money. Yeah, you can't get it in blood. You got to get it in money. Can't get it in money, you get it in blood. That's the only thing America understands. That happens to be America's love language. Yeah. For the 9 women who are suing, I ain't got no problem with that. Litigate, litigate, litigate. Yeah, man. Hit them in the pockets. The only thing America understands, blood and money. Yeah, you can't get it in blood. You got to get it in money. Can't get it in money, you get it in blood. That's the only thing America understands. That happens to be America's love language. Yeah. So now I guess you're guilty by skin color. When did that start? Why would somebody do that? Let me tell you something, fam. They already felt that way before those women walked in. Ain't no telling what they did to their food. Before all of that happened, they didn't want them there anyway. They knew that those women were not involved. The wait staff, especially a wait staff who's serving 9 people, they know exactly how many people who are in that party. And they know, oh, I got a table of 9, not 11, 9. They know that. So they knew for a fact that those women did not have anything to do with that disturbance. But they hit them anyway, and they tried to embarrass them anyway because they did not want them there in the first place. So now you hit them in the pocket. I wish there was a way to sue them individually also, because that would break up a lot of this nonsense. Just like these police departments are sued, the cities are sued. No, there needs to be a way to sue the individuals, because what happens is a lot of times the individual, the employee, will hide behind the company. They'll hide behind the organization. And these organizations and companies oftentimes have systems in place to protect them. And that's why it's so easy for these cowards to hide. Absolutely, you got to hit them in the pocket. They don't understand nothing else. They absolutely don't understand nothing else. Guilty by skin color.
Hello guys and welcome back. Yes, that is racial profiling. When two unrelated black women get into a dispute at a separate tables and the restaurant respond by kicking out every black woman in the building, that is the textbook definition of racial profiling. It is punishing an entire group for the action of two individuals. The lawsuit is absolutely fair. Businesses are required to treat customers individually, not as racial category. If a restaurant told all Asian men, all white women to leave because of one incident, the internet will explode. Black women deserve the exact same dignity and individualized treatment. The black women are violent stereotype is straight from white supremacy. This situation shows how quickly some people default to that old racist narrative. Black women are aggressive, black women are loud, black women are trouble. It's an excuse used historically to deny service, justify discrimination, and dismiss black women's humanity. This year proved the opposite. Black people have been calm, disciplined, and strategic. Look at the national behavior. Black community didn't show up to escalate the two major MAGA protests. Black Americans stayed focused, peaceful, and non-provocative, even with political tension high. Everywhere you look, black folks have been minding their own business, not causing disruption. This contradicts the stereotype completely, but racism doesn't need logic. It only needs a target. The restaurant reaction reflects a deeper problem: collective punishment. Instead of handling the two individuals involved, they treated all black women as the same, all black women as potential danger, all black women as interchangeable. That is how racial bias shows itself, through decisions that lump people together instead of judging behavior. What this really shows, anti-black bias is still automatic in many institutions. One incident and suddenly all black women must be removed. That is not security. That is not policy. That is not fairness. That is bias. And the fact that they didn't do that to any other race proves it wasn't about safety. It was about stereotyping. My final take as I conclude: black women were disrespected, profiled, and treated as threats by default. And suing is not just fair. It is necessary to set a precedent that you cannot racially evacuate a restaurant just because black women are present during a conflict. So guys, that is my take today. Let me know what you think in today's episode. Until we meet next time, let's remain calm. We have been that way throughout this year, and but let's speak about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Until we meet next time, brothers and sisters, peace, love, and harmony.